This begins the process of Hegelians of the Storm, which is the name that I decided on from. As soon as I finished and started editing it, I was like, what do I call this? What am I even doing here? Sorry. We're going to be playing Heroes of the Storm. And again, this is going to be our warm-up game before we get into Chapter A. I think it's a chapter session that Hegel uses. I'm not 100% sure. But last stream, we read the introduction. It was extremely challenging. This may be challenging even more so. Hopefully the audio doesn't sound too weird. If I start screaming at any time, it could be for a number of reasons. Number one, it might be because of my poor performance in the game. It might be because of my poor performance in understanding Hegel, or the third option is that it could be Lady Bird, who is currently taking a 45-degree standing/sitting nap on my lap. She is not comfy at all. She may move at any time, which may cause chaos. So, as a warm up, just to prepare me psychologically for the suffering that you are about to witness, I'm going to be playing a game of ARAM. Forgive the loading screen. I don't have an SSD, a solid state drive. Those are important for loading games in. Whenever I play World of Warcraft, actually, so I've been playing a lot of Legion Remix recently. Oh, looks like I'm choosing Johanna because I'm a good person, even though I would love to choose the Butcher. I'm streaming, or whenever I play World of Warcraft, Legion Remix, we're doing Tomb of Sargeras. It's the final boss fight. There's a cutscene that is in between the penultimate boss and the final boss. I will sit at that load screen because I don't have an SSD for the entirety of the boss fight. So I'll just spawn in dead, which also causes lag. Johanna's super fun because she's a tank. Oh, my phenomenology of the spirit is inaccurate. Oh no. Team, hold on. Oh, we're so back. Okay, let me keep messing with the audio because, again, the first time that I tried this, the stream was very loud. Who do they got? They got Falstad, they got Uther, they got May, they got Hogger, and they got Lucio. So they got two healers. Uther's like half a tank, half a healer. Is Falstad going auto attack? We can check our enemy team's talents. Oh, he went W build. That's weird. Well then, I'm going to go... Oh god, I don't know. Oh god, I don't know. So with W build on Falstad, what you got to watch out for is his W. I'm gonna go for the risky gamble. So what we don't want to do is give him stacks, because the more stacks that he gets early on, the faster he gets his really good talents, or he gets his get over here. See, and man, he is just locking onto us. The nice thing is that if he goes total focus mode on me, then hopefully our team will be able to shut him down.
Thank you, my friend.
The talent that I picked up at level 1 is a risk. I basically get 5 stacks. Each stack is an extra 5% life. Very nice. And each auto attack that I deal against an enemy hero, actually no, against anyone I think, gives me 10% auto attack. Oh my god, I missed everything. This definitely isn't an annoying Falstad. Oh my god. So if he gets 3 stacks on me, then he gets a tick. Okay, I want both of those. There's his 3rd stack. 3, 2, 1. Every time I die, I will lose a stack. I'm trying to bait somebody in. Thought Hogger was going to take it. Ooh. Nice. Got the Falstad. Greed kills, and the only reason I know that is because I get greedy. Okay, I'm worried about I'm worried more than I should be probably about the audio. But just in case, sound, we're going to drop the volume down a little bit because it's also really loud in my ears. Somebody get greedy. Nice. Falstad used his... Oh no! I was going to say, I get stunned in that, I'm dead. Missed everything? Let's see. I'm going to go for more... Oop. I thought I killed myself there. Trying to go for the greed. Deckard Cain is our healer. That means that he's dropping these little potions down on the ground. Those potions are vital. Oh no, am I dead? Oh, thank you, Deckard. Hegel would have loved Deckard. And I know that because I know Hegel personally. I read the introduction. Trying to save my teammate. Didn't do it. I can't do anything right. Okay, I could pop this thing. Whoop. Oh, he got out. Bunch of potions. Look at that, I'm full health. Thank you, Deckard. Get slowed. Maybe I should have taken the punish or the slow at level 2. Instead, I took a thing that lets me use my trait, which is the unstoppable / shield, a lot more often. I was like, you don't have your little jump away. I know that's on cooldown. Alright, I gotta pick up a talent. Reduces enemy healing. They have 2 healers. That would probably be nice, so I'm gonna go with that. Hey, Falstad. Oh, I missed. There we go. Yeah, that's right. 35% reduced healing. Always good. Hit a whole bunch of people with that. Oh man, I couldn't save Thrall. Again, the faster these games go, the faster I need to get back to reading Hegel. We're going to read it out loud this time around. I'm going to try to not be so reactive each time. Like, I'm going to try to get through a whole paragraph before I'm like, wait, what did that just say? Unless I feel like we genuinely need to go back and try it again. Oh, gotta remember to... Okay, I don't know if you heard that, but that was my fire alarm. It's been going off all day. Kill him. Kill him! Oh. I don't think it's a battery thing. I couldn't tell you what it is, though. I'm so sorry, team. I couldn't save you. Oh, we're level 10. I think I'm going to go Falling Sword. Who am I playing? Johanna. Johanna has 2 different ults. Most heroes have 2 different ults. Oh my god, the stun combo is nuts. And I'm out. And I went out the wrong way, and they know that. I'm so dead. I'm so silly. I'm so silly. Okay, so because I died, I lost my overall bonus health. But again, because that was our first death, we went from 25% bonus health down to 20%. Not too bad. Not too bad. Not very good. At level 13, I'm going to pick up Blessed Hammer, which is just going to let me do more range DPS. Got booped away by their Lucio. Not getting stunned by that. I think I took that from our Thrall. Okay, gotta hit up this thing. And then, wow, that ult is already off cooldown again. Hit 4 of them. Hit 5 of them, going for the stun. Stun 2. Oh, but Falstad got the... Nice. Nice. Am I dead for it, though? Maybe. Maybe. Oh, thank you, Deckard. Alright, level 13 is here. Blessed Hammer. Melee attacks are good. And again, because that synergizes with my level 1 talent, it also gives me the ability to just say, pow! And then I throw out a hammer. Sorry, that scared Ladybird. And I didn't hit anybody with that hammer. Pretty funny. Get booped around. Hit him with the bow. Again, we can use our ult as an escape at any time. Might need to as soon as I come out of this. Nah, we're fine. We're fine. What are we talking about? Tracer's dead. Shit. Oh, I'm dead too. Gotta pop that. Gotta pop that. God, they're so tanky. Hit the hammers. Hit 3 of them. I can smack more hammers. Didn't hit anybody with those hammers. Ouch. Oh no. Pop my ult. Or not my ult, but my my trait. Nope, they do not. That is an accurate statement. Oh, I should have ulted out of there. They take no damage because all of their characters, except for Falstad, have a lot of self regen and healing and all that fun stuff. So Hogger, you know, he doesn't need a healer. He can keep himself alive. Uther, I don't know how Uther works. May is a very self-sustained tank. And also, they have Lucio, which, you know, gets them out of any situation that they need to be out of. Ooh, I almost ulted on accident. Check your keybinds, nerd. Can just keep spamming. Woof, that Falstad is starting to chunk. And he doesn't die. Okay, level 16 is here. We're gonna go with, oh no. We're gonna go with, because we're just basically doing a basic attack build. Gotta keep it going. Oh, am I? No! You stole my potion! Okay, there we go. Oh my god, Falstad kills me. Is he? Oh, he just got his max stacks. Wow, 75 stacks. It takes a lot. You know, I really hope their Falstad is having a good day. Okay, do I go for the indestructible? Oh, it's a heal. Heals are nice. I mean, it is just kind of insane how they don't take any damage. I'm not dealing any of it, but... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It is tough to be alive. What is even killing me? Nice thing about Heroes of the Storm is you can check this little recap button. Basic attack, lightning strike, basic attack, lightning strike, basic attack, ability, lightning strike. It's mostly these lightning strikes. Yeah, he throws those lightning strikes on, and they are completely fine under tower. Maybe their Lucio dies. Nope. Totally fine. And they don't even give a crap about me. Not that there is much that I could do. I'll agree. Alright, well, I get out of this. I pop my trait. And I don't go anywhere because I'm in what the kids call CC City. Welcome to CC City. Population me. Ordinarily, I'd be like, come on, teammates, we got this. But you know what? We don't got this. And that's okay. We're going out with a GG a little bit early. Hegel awaits. Surely this won't be indicative. Did you see the false stat damage on that? That was comp gap. Yeah, I mean, it's a scary comp to go against. Scary comp. Okay, so we're going to try to go one paragraph at a time when reading. Am I even going to be able to understand what's going on? Probably not. But that's okay. Because also, we're in it for the suffering, and we're in it for just a little bit of knowledge. Yay, I got level 1! That was my first time playing Johanna. Again, this is on a new account. We're just going to leave that there. So that way we can see Industrial District Defeat. We can remind ourselves where we are. Okay, so jumping over here to the PDF. A, consciousness. I and or one, sensory certainty. The this and meaning. The knowledge that is our object at first or immediately can be nothing other than that which is itself immediate knowledge. Knowledge of the immediate or what simply is. We have to adopt a similarly immediate or receptive approach, and thus alter nothing in the object as it presents itself, and exclude conceptualization from apprehension. Cool. The concrete content of sensory certainty makes it immediately appear as the richest cognition, indeed as a cognition of infinite wealth for which no limit can be found. Whether we proceed outwards in the space and time in which it extends, or whether we take a piece of this abundance and proceed inwards by dividing it. Moreover, sensory certainty appears as the most genuine cognition, for it has not yet as yet omitted anything from the object, but has it before itself in its entirety. But in fact, this certainty exposes itself as the most abstract and poorest truth. So it's the best knowledge, but it's the worst truth, or best cognition, genuine cognition, but it's the poorest truth. This is all it says about what it knows. It is, and its truth contains only the being of the thing. Consciousness, for its part, it is in this certainty only as pure as I, or I am in the I, am certain of this thing, not because I, as consciousness, have developed myself in the process or set through a multifarious motion, and not because the thing of which I am certain is, in virtue of a host of distinct qualities, a rich complex of connections within itself, or a variety of relationships to other things. I know I said I would get through a paragraph before reacting, but I'm like, whoa. I'm kind of tracking, and I feel like visuals would be really helpful here. Should I pull some visuals up for the health of the stream, for the chat? Probably. That's definitely something I'm going to think about in the future. Going on. In this case, neither I nor the thing has the significance of a complex meditation. Nope, not meditation. That's a mediation. The I does not have the significance of a manifold representing or thinking, nor does the thing have the significance of manifold qualities. No, the thing is, and it is only because it is. It is This is what is essential for sensory knowledge, and this pure being, or this simple immediacy, constitutes its truth. In the same way, certainty as a relation is an immediate, pure relation. Consciousness is I, nothing more, a pure this. The singleton knows the pure this, or the singular. Huh. Huh. So my brain rotten brain, my brain rot, yeah, my brain rotten brain, um, that makes me think of StarCraft 2, the most logical conclusion to reach. So you have the Protoss and you have the Zerg. The Protoss are the purity of form, so they are essentially logical form taken to its extent, as best represented as the Archon, which is like a melding of two people's consciousness to make a being of pure energy. And then you have the Zerg, which are like biological logic taken to its absolute certainty. I don't think that Hegel was trying to get at the plot of StarCraft 2 back when he was writing this, but I think through the example of something being a a perfect representation of a thing. So in StarCraft 2, it's the Zerg and the Protoss being essence and form, or sorry, form and essence. Hegel is also talking about the same way between cognition and the thing, and maybe consciousness. Yeah, consciousness is I, nothing more, a pure this. The singleton knows the pure this, or the singular. But jumping back to Hegel, but in this pure being, which constitutes the essence of this certainty, and which this certainty claims to be its truth, much more comes into play, if we look. An actual sensory certainty is not just pure immediacy, but an exemplifying byplay of it. Not sure what a byplay is, but that's all right, because the footnotes will tell us when we get to the footnotes, because we'll definitely make it to the footnotes. Among the countless differences occurring here, we find in every single case a crucial difference, namely that in sensory certainty, the two thises already mentioned, a this as I and a this as object, issue directly from the pure being. If we reflect on this difference, it emerges that neither one nor the other is present in a sensory certainty only immediately. At the same time, they are present as mediated. I have certainty through something else, vis-a-vis the thing, and similarly, the thing is in the certainty through something else, vis-a-vis through the I. So the thing, the other thing, and the something else in the consciousness are all there together, being experienced by each other, all at the same time, and only through each other's lenses. So you couldn't we're just going to keep reading, and maybe the answer will show itself. It is not just who we draw this distinction between the essence and the byplay, between immediacy and mediation. We find it in sensory certainty itself, and the distinction is to be taken up in the form it has in sensory certainty, not as we determined it just now. Okay. One element in sensory certainty is posited as the simple, immediate being, or as the essence, the object, while in the other it is posited as what is unessential and mediated, something that in sensory certainty is through another, not in itself, the I, a knowledge that knows the object only because the object is, a knowledge that may, and by I think knows the object is implied to be as a sensory certainty, a knowledge that may either be or not, but the object is. It is the truth and the essence. It is, no matter whether it is known or not. It remains, even if it is not known, but the knowledge is not if the object is not. Taken out of context, that last sentence I think would be really funny, maybe the last part of the sentence, but the knowledge is not if the object is not. But put into context, I think it makes a little bit of sense. I think he's just breaking down the reasons as to why a thing can exist within, or maybe not even can it exist, but how the relationship between our perception and the existence of something is related through these super simple terms and metaphors. So, the object needs to be considered to see whether in sensory certainty itself the object is in fact the kind of essence that sensory certainty presents it as. Um, are we talking about quantum mechanics right now? Whether this concept of it as the essence corresponds to the way in which it is present in sensory certainty. To this end, we need not reflect on the object and ponder what it might be in truth. We only need consider the way in which it is present in sensory certainty. So, we have to put the question to sensory certainty itself. What is the this? If we take the this into the twofold shape of its being as the now and as the here. Okay. We're getting more things here. I almost feel like Heroes of the Storm isn't the right game to be playing. I might need to be playing StarCraft 2 in order to keep up with this. But speaking of the this and the now and the here, the dialectic it has in it will receive a form as intelligible as the this itself is. To the question, what is the now? We answer, for example, the now is the night. In order to test the truth of this sensory certainty, a simple experiment suffices. We write down this truth, a truth that cannot lose anything by being written down, nor can it lose anything through our preserving it. If now, this noon, we look again at the written truth, we shall have to say, oh man, why do I feel like I can't read this? If now, this noon, we look again at the written truth, we shall have to say that it has become stale. So, if we write down it's noon and it's night, and that's actually no longer true, the truth has become stale. Oh, wait. If now, the now is the night. I think the capitalization and also italicizing of the different things is kind of messing me up. So if you're like, hey, the warbling ox, why are you warbling so strangely? It's because there's a lot of italics and a lot of capitalizations, and I'm not 100% sure how to read this. I've also never read this before, so this is the first time reading through together. I watched a 30-minute video trying to explain like how to read Hegel for almost exactly this purpose, and I didn't get any answers, and I don't think I was supposed to, and that's okay. Jumping back to this example of when something is written down and its relationship to being true, the now that is night is preserved, i.e., it is treated as what it is made out to be, as a being, but it turns out to be, on the contrary, a non-being. The now itself does indeed maintain itself, but as a now that is not night. Equally, it maintains itself against the day that it now is, as a now that is also not day, or as a negative in general. This self-maintaining now is therefore not an immediate now, but a mediated now. Oh, okay, so he's giving an example for what he's talking about. See? You just keep reading, and the answers deliver themselves to you on a plate. Of course. Let's go back a little bit, though. Sorry for interrupting. Let's go back to here. This self-maintaining now is, therefore, not an immediate now, but a mediated now, for it is determined as a permanent and self-maintaining now by the very fact that something else, vis-a-vis the day and the night, is not. For all that, it is still just as simple as before. Now And in this simplicity, it is indifferent to what still in play by its side. The night and the day are definitely not its being, but it is also day and night nonetheless. It is not in the least affected by its, oh my gosh, it is not in the least affected by this its other being, a simple thing of this kind, which is through negation, neither this nor that, not this, and equally indifferent to being this as well as that, we call it a universal. So, in fact, the universal is a true of sensory certainty. So, in fact, the universal, a simple thing of this kind, which is through negation. So, through the process of negation, we can determine something to be true at multiple points in time, and if it is true at multiple points in time, possibly all of time, then it is a universal. So in fact, the universal is the true of sensory certainty. So, and sensory certainty is just the immediate what is happening right in front of my face. I'm picking this up with my senses right now. That is universal. So sensory certainty is universal because it exists only in the present. And that is a true. It is also a universal that we express the sensory. What we say it is, this, i.e., the universal this, or it is, i.e., being in general. Of course, in doing so, we do not represent to ourselves the universal this or being in general, but we express the universal, as our speech does not strictly express what we mean in this sensory certainty, but language, as we see it, is more truthful. In it, we see ourselves immediately refute our meaning, and since the universal is the true of sensory certainty, and language expresses this truth alone, it is not just possible for us to ever say a sensory being that we mean. Wait, what? Oh, sorry. Mean is italicized. We're gonna stop right there, taking a bite of my very delicious leftover breakfast. Hearing me chew is high quality ASMR content. Okay. We got Artanis, we got Zul, we got Muradin. I'm a fan of all three. In this situation, we might just need damage, which all three are capable of. So real. So real, bestie. Okay, hopefully we're back and we can actually see the stream. There's only one way to find out. We're gonna go with Artanis. He's very fun, and that's all I'll say on the subject. No, so I'm gonna go Protector of Ire. He's got a whole bunch of different builds, but his most fun ARAM build that I feel asterisk 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 is his Protector of Ire. Basic attacks against enemy heroes take down, increase Artanis' attack damage by 0.1%. Not a lot, but they add up over the game. Takedowns grant 1% bonus damage. So a takedown is worth 10 smacks. Gonna be a slugfest, thank God. So I think, do I want armor? They don't really have spell damage. Alright, messed up the combo so bad. No one saw that. I'm joking, everyone saw that. Artanis is very much a... trying to figure out how to do that combo in the other way. Alright, let's go here. Really, I didn't hit him? That's okay. Okay, so there's a combo for Artanis. Trying to figure it out. Let's see. I think it's like you go... You go something like that. I don't think I did it right at all. If he goes back in. Nice. I was like, if he stays on me, I swear to God. I messed that up. Oh, I'm dead. Yeah, I shouldn't have swapped there. I should have just tried to get out. Okay, level 4. I'm going to take... I think I'm going to take shield battery. I just want as many shields as possible, and it seems like I'm going to get a whole lot. After using an ability, your next basic attack. I want attack speed as well, so I want to constantly be swapping people. Let's go like this. No one? Alright. I want to get on there. That guy. Okay, so the way that I just used that is not right. Oh, you're dead. You're dead for that. You're dead for that. And we go back in, because we're Artanis. I need to go back. I need to get out. I need to get out. I need to communicate with my team. Swap you right into that as if I meant to do that. Ah, I was so dead. Again, this is just going to be beat down of the century. This Artanis and I are exactly at 116 per. So we're dealing 10% increased damage. I'm going to see if I can get somebody over this wall. Well, I got myself over it. Okay, really need... Oh my god, and I selected the wrong talent. Alright, bug in. I messed that up. Basically, as much as I could mess that up. I have messed that up. But we play it where it lies. This Morales is doing God's work, truly. I don't want to go too far into their base just because it's going to get scary there. What? Oh, he was unstoppable. I think with this talent, I'm supposed to be staggering. I'm supposed to be staggering my abilities a little bit more than I currently am. Again, I selected the entirely wrong talent. I meant to get Chrono Surge, which would increase our attack speed. And that would synergize really well with a bunch of talents later on. But you know what? Sail away. This means that we're pivoting, and at level 10, we're going to pick up Suppression Pulse. That's going to be a blind, which will be a really great help for our team in these team fights. Oh, no way. Go back in just to kill you. Oh my god, this Morales. I fucking love her. Oh, sorry. This is a family-friendly program. You know what? I'm gonna go in on their healer. I shouldn't have gone in on their healer. What was that? They went in on my healer. I thought I could get out. Damn. I'm not making it out of here. Okay, what are we taking damage from? Basic attacks, basic attacks, basic attacks, basic attacks. And then some other stuff. It's mostly basic attacks. I think because we're doing cooldown, then I think I gotta go with Templar's Zeal. So just more cooldown. No way. Alright, that hit everyone. And they all just backed off for it. Fair. I mean, that's what they should do. I mean, when I see that Tychus out in the open, I want you. Oh. Wow, great swap. Great CC. If I can get this Tychus, that'd be great. I couldn't get him. So we need Giant Killer. Oh, we weren't level 13 yet. I was like, where's my cooldown reduction? Where's my cooldown reduction? Wham, wham, wham. Level 16, we need Giant Killer. That's going to give us percentage damage on our melee attacks. Oh, sorry, Titan Killer. Missed that really badly. Woof. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Their team has simply great synergy. And also their Artanis has a real build. Yeah, he's got the actual build. And he went for triple strike because that's what you should go for in that situation, but I panicked because I picked up Final Cut. It's all going so wrong and our healer's dead. Thought I was going to go for the swap on the enemy Artanis. Oh. Whoa. Bug breakfast? Nope, bug gets out. Oh, I know what the combo is. Okay, you throw the E. No, you go. Oh my god, I don't know what the combo is at all. Oh my god. Oh my god, I've missed everything. Team, I'm doing so bad. That's all my fault. That's okay. Titan Killer's online. Will it change anything? No. I think that streaming is also definitely going to be a not just test of my literacy and critical thinking skills, but also a test of vulnerability, comfortability for sure. Because it's like, this is weird. And if I hit this unstoppable guy again one more time, I will quite literally. Ah, they have so many boops. Dude, literally get over here. Alright, I tunnel vision so hard there. Brutal. Brutal. Okay, my takeaway is have three quasi tanks, or characters that are very tanky, and then have a really strong healer, and then a DPS that just hyper carries. That's the. Oh my god, I did the combo though. That felt good. Too bad I was only able to pull off the combo right at the end of the game. Let's see how many the Artanis has. He's at 500. He is dealing 50%. 50%? Yeah, 50% more auto attack damage. And just like that false dead from a little bit earlier that hopefully everyone saw, but there's a chance that didn't even happen. I missed. Man, this Anubarak is great at body blocking. Absolutely great. And I'm absolutely not at my movement. That Tychus is just eating good, and my wake up alarm just went off. And they are not ending this game, mostly because they also can't stand the sound of my voice whenever I'm reading Hegel. End our suffering? That's not happening. We're reading Hegel. Another wonderfully humbling game. Every time we see that defeat screen, we learn nothing. We change nothing. We simply roll those dice again. Great job, Morales. Okay, we are going to go back now to, and I just want to check, is the camera still running? Okay, cool. The camera is still running. Great. Let's go back to Hegel now because our game has been concluded, and that was our first time playing Artanis. So you know what? That is accurate gameplay. I've showed you what it looks like to play Artanis for the first time. Speaking of first times, let's go back to Hegel. Okay, so sensory universals. We ended off with me not really understanding what he was talking about in paragraph 97 of chapter A. About meaning and how we mean. So I'm going to go back and find the first sentence. Okay. It is also a universal that we express the sensory. What we say this, i.e., the universal this, or it is, i.e., being in general, of course, in doing so, we do not represent to ourselves the universal this or being in general, but we do express the universal, as our speech does not strictly express what we mean in this sensory certainty. But language, as we see, is the more truthful. In it, we ourselves immediately refute our meaning, and since the universal is the true sensory certainty, and the language expresses this truth alone, it is not just possible, oh no, it is just not possible for us ever to say a sensory being that we mean. So, simply by senses alone, we cannot derive our own meaning. Maybe. The same will be the case with the other form of the this, with the here. Again, that was just the now. The here is the tree. If I turn around, this truth has disappeared and it is converted into the opposite of truth. The here is not a tree, but a house instead. So I think the here is supposed to be our perception. The here itself does not disappear. No, it is enduring in the disappearance of the house, the tree, etc., and indifferent to whether it is a house or tree. Again, the this shows itself to be mediated simplicity or universality. This sensory certainty shows within its own self the universe is to be truth of its object. Pure being remains, then, as the essence of sensory certainty, not, however, as something immediate, but as something to which negation and mediation are essential. Consequently, it is not what we mean by being, but being with the determination that is the abstraction or the purely universal, and our meaning, for which the true of sensory certainty is not the universal, is all that still remains in the face of this empty or indifferent now and here. Okay. Uh let's keep going. Let's keep going because the answer every question that I have usually is answered on the next paragraph. If we compare the relationship in which knowing and the object first came on the scene with the relationship in which they come to stand in this result, we find that it is reversed. The object, which was supposed to be the essential element, is now the essential element in sensory certainty. For the universal which the object has come to be is no longer what the object was supposed to be essentially for sensory certainty. On the contrary, sensory certainty is now located in the opposite, in knowledge, which previously was the inessential element. It is, oh my goodness, its truth is in the object as my object or in my meaning. It is because I have knowledge of it. Sensory certainty, then, is indeed expelled from the object, but it is not yet sublated by this, but only driven back into the I. We now have to see what experience shows us about this reality of sensory certainty. Okay, so once we perceive something, it no longer exists with sensory certainty. It then becomes part of our knowledge. But simply because it becomes part of our knowledge doesn't immediately get rid of it as sensory certainty. So the force of the truth of sense certainty now lies in the I, in the immediacy of my seeing, hearing, and so on. The disappearance of the singular now and here that we mean is prevented because I hold them fast. The now is day because I see daylight. The here is a tree for the same reason. But in this relationship, sensory certainty experiences the same dialectic within itself as the previous relationship. I, this, I. See the tree and affirm the tree as the here. But another I sees the house and maintains that here is not a tree but a house instead. Both truths have the same authentication via the immediacy of seeing and the security and assurance of both about their knowledge, but the one truth vanishes in the other. So, um, so two things can be true at once. What does not disappear in all this is I as universal, whose seeing is neither a seeing of the tree nor of this house, but a simple seeing, which, through mediated by the negation of this house, is equally simple and indifferent to what is still in play beside it, to the house, the tree. I is only universal, like now, here, or this in general. I do indeed mean a singular I, but I can no more say what I means in this case. Of I than I can say in the case of now and here. Woof. When I say this, here, now, or a singular I, I'm saying all thises and all heres, all nows, all singulars. Similarly, when I say I, this singular I say in general all eyes. What I say is everyone. I, this singular I. Okay, so I, this singular I, from here on out, or I, comma I, Bon Iver reference, um, this singular I is all nows and heres and all thises in all their different ways. So it's not it's everything that we've read from beforehand all coalesced into one statement that we are going to probably use only for another paragraph and then never reference again, which will be hilarious. When science is presented with the challenge as if it were the acid test it simply could not withstand to deduce, construct, find a priori, or however it is expressed, a so-called this thing or a this man, it is only reasonable that the challenge should say which this thing or which this I means, but it is impossible to say this. Maybe it is impossible to say this through the lens of science because we haven't done the deconstruction like we just did. Maybe. So sensory certainty learns by experience that its essence is neither in the object nor in the I, and that the immediacy is neither an immediacy of the one nor the other, for in both what I mean is rather an inessential, and the object and I are universals in which now and here and I, which I mean, does not have a continuing subsistence, or is not. In this way, we come to the point where we posit the whole of sensory certainty itself as its essence, and no longer only one of its moments, as happened in the two cases where the first object confronting the I and then the I was supposed to be its reality. Thus, it is only sensory certainty as a whole which stands firm within itself as immediacy, and by doing so excludes from itself all the opposition that occurred before. This pure immediacy there no longer excuse me, therefore no longer has any concern with the otherness of the here, as a tree which passes over into a here that is a non-tree, like such as the house, or with the otherness of the new as day which passes over into a now that is night, or with another I with another object. Its truth maintains itself as a relation that remains equal to itself. That which makes no distinction between the I and the object with regard to what is essential and what is unessential, and so no distinction at all can penetrate into it either. So I, this I, affirm the here as a tree, and do not turn round so that the here becomes for me a non tree, and I take no notice of the fact that another I sees the here as a non tree, or that I myself at another time take the here as a non tree, the now as non day. No, I am pure intuiting. I stick to my claim that now is the day, or alternatively, that the here is a tree, and I do not compare the here and now themselves with each other, but stick firmly to one immediate relation. Now is the day. Okay, I think I kind of get that. I think I kind of get that. Because it's like okay, we have the capacity to know all these things about all these times, but like right now if I look out the window, it's dark. So I'm like, it's dark. This is wild. This is the most this is the densest literature that I have ever read. And we're just describing thought process before even getting into the philosophy of the phenomenology of the spirit. Since then, this certainty now refuses to come forth when we draw its attention to a now that is night, or to an I for whom it is night. We go up to it and let the now that is affirmed be pointed out to us. We must let it be pointed out to us, for the truth of this immediate relation is the truth of this, which of this I, which confines itself to one now or one here. Were we to take up this truth afterwards, or stand at a distance from it, we would have no significance at all, for we would sublate the immediacy that is essential to it. We must therefore enter into the same point of time or space, let them be pointed out to us, i.e., let ourselves be made into the very same this I, which is one that knows with certainty. Let us then see how the immediate that is pointed out to us is constituted. The now is pointed out. This now. Now. It has already ceased to be when it is pointed out. The now that is another. Now than the one pointed out, and we see that the now is just this, already to be no more when it is. The now as it is pointed out to us is a now that has been, and this is its truth. It has not the truth of being. So much is true after all that it has been. But what has been an X entity in is in fact no essence, no entity. It is not. And we were concerned with being. So everything that we were just talking about, throw it right out the window. In this pointing out, then, we see only a movement which takes the following course. 1. I point out the now, which is affirmed as the true, but I point it out as a has been, or as something sublated. I sublate the first truth. Now I affirm as the second truth that it has been is sublated. But what has been is not. I sublate the having beenness or sublatedness of the second truth, and thereby negate the negation of the now, and thus return to the first affirmation that now is. The now, and pointing out the now, are thus so constituted that neither the now nor the pointing out is immediately simple, but a movement which has various moments in it. A this is posited, but it is rather an other that is posited, or the this is sublated, and this otherness or sublation of the first is itself again sublated, and so has returned to the first. Oh my gosh, Miss Ladybird's feeder has gone off, and is she going to bolt with her claws in my leg, or is she going to let me live? Oh, wow, she let me live. Oh, and she gave me a slow blink. Yeah, she doesn't understand what's going on at all, and neither do I. Actually, no, that's a lie. I think I do understand a little bit more. Um, we're understanding how perception and consciousness is constantly altering its own self and returning back to the way it was before. Some may call this a dialectical process. Oh, there she goes. Oh, my legs. Oh, my skin. Oh, my poor skin. Okay, jumping back. Where was it? Where was I? Okay, here we go. However, this first, reflected into itself, is not exactly the same as it was to begin with, something immediate on the contrary. It is something reflected into itself, or simple, which, in its otherness, remains what it is, a now which is absolutely many nows. And this is the veritable now, the now as simple day which has within many nows, hours. Such a now, an hour, is similarly many minutes, and this now is likewise many nows, and so on. The pointing out is thus itself the movement which expresses what the now is in truth, via a result or a plurality of nows, all taken together. And the pointing out is the experience of learning that now is a universal. The here pointed out, which I hold fast, is similarly to uh, which I hold fast is similarly a this here, which in fact is not this here, but a before and behind, an above and below, a right and a left. The above, as is similarly this manifold otherness of above, below, etc., the here, which was supposed to be pointed out. Okay, so all those different directions, that is supposed to just be the here, the manifold of the here, which was supposed to be pointed out, vanishes in other heres, but these likewise vanish. What is pointed out, held fast, and remains is a negative this, which is thus only when the heres are taken as they are supposed to be, but sublate themselves in the process, is a simple complex of many heres. The here that is meant would be the point. Oops, sorry. Look at me trying to click buttons. Is a simple complex of many heres. The here that is meant would be the point, but the point is not, on the contrary, when it is pointed out as something that is. The pointing out shows itself to not be immediate knowledge, but a movement from the here that is meant through many heres into the universal here, which is a simple plurality of heres, just as the day is a simple plurality of nows. So there's universal nows and there's universal heres. It is clear that the dialectic of sensory certainty is nothing other than the simple history of its movement or of its experience, and sensory certainty itself is nothing other than this history only. That is why the natural consciousness itself also always advances to this result, which is the true in sensory certainty, and it gains experience of it, but equally it only forgets it again and again, and begins the movement afresh. It is therefore astonishing when, in the face of this experience, it is proposed as a universal experience, also as a philosophical assertion, and even as the result of skepticism, that the reality or the being of external things as these things, or sensory things, has absolute truth for consciousness. Such an assertion does not even know what it is talking about. Neither do I. It does not know that it is saying the opposite of what it wants to say. The truth for consciousness of the sensory this is supposed to be universal experience, but the contrary is universal experience. Every consciousness itself sublates again such a truth as the here is a tree, or the now is noon, and expresses the contrary. The here is not a tree, but rather a house, and insofar as this second assertion, sublating the first, again involves such an assertion of a sensory, this is instantly this it instants oh man, we're having a tough time saying that. This it instantly sublates that too, and in all sensory certainty, only what we have seen is experienced in truth, via the this as a universal. The contrary of what and again, the this is the combination of the near and the how. The contrary of what the assertion claims to be universal experience. With this appeal to the universal experience, we may be permitted to anticipate its bearing on the practical sphere. In this regard, we can tell those who affirm this truth and certainty of the reality of sensory objects that they should be sent back to the most elementary school of wisdom, via the oh man, and this is where it starts to show that I really don't know what I'm talking about, because now he's referencing Hegel's referencing Eleusinian mysteries of Ceres and Bacchus. I'm assuming that's Bacchus, Bacchus. Um, again, I don't know what those mean, but maybe I'll look them up and I'll come back with information next time. And still have to learn the secret of eating bread and the drinking of wine, for the initiate into these secrets not only comes to doubt the being of sensory things, but to despair of it. And in the part he brings about the nothingness in such things himself, and in part he sees them bring it about themselves. Even animals are not debarred from the wisdom; on the contrary, they show themselves to be profoundly initiated into it, for they do not just stand stock still in the presence of sensory things as if they were beings in themselves, but despairing of this reality and again complete certainty of their nothingness, they help themselves with more ado and gobble them up. And all nature, like the animals, celebrates those revealed mysteries which teach them the truth of sensory things is. Which teach what the truth of sensory things is. But in accordance with our previous remarks, those who advance such an assertion themselves also say immediately the contrary of what they mean, a phenomenon which is perhaps best calculated to induce reflection on the nature of sensory certainty. They speak of the existence of external objects, which can be more precisely determined as actual, absolute singular, wholly personal, individual things, none of them absolutely similar to anything else. This being there, they say, has absolute certainty and truth. They mean this bit of paper on which I am writing, or have written this. But what they mean is not what they say. Forgive them, Lord. If they actually wanted to say this bit of paper which they mean, and they wanted to say it, then this is impossible, because the sensory this that is meant to be inaccessible to language. Wait. Blah, 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 because the sensory this that is meant is inaccessible to language, which belongs to consciousness, to the inherently universal. In the actual attempt to say it, it would therefore rot away. Those who started to describe it could not complete the description, but would have to leave it to others, who in the end would themselves admit to speaking about a thing which is not. They certainly mean then this bit of paper here, which is another bit entirely from the bit mentioned above, but they speak about actual things, external or sensory objects, absolute singular entities, and so on. They say of them only what is universal. Consequently, what is called the inexpressible is nothing other than the untrue, the irrational, the merely meant. If nothing more is said of something, then it is an actual thing, an external object, then what is expressed is only its supreme universality, and thus is its equality with everything rather than its distinctiveness. When I say a singular thing, I am really saying it as a wholly universal, for everything is a singular thing, and likewise, this thing is anything you would like. If we designate it more exactly as this bit of paper, then each and every bit of paper is a this bit of paper. And I have only ever said the universal. But if I want to help out speech, which has the divine nature of directly reversing the meaning of making it into something else, and thus not letting it get a word in, by pointing out this bit of paper, experiences teach me what the truth of sensory certainty in fact is. I point it out as a here, which is a here of other heres, or is within itself a simple together of many heres, i.e., it is a universal. I take it up as in truth, as it is in truth, and instead of knowing something immediate, I perceive. Oh, Miss Ladybird is trying to jump up over here. Yeah, come on. Come on up. We're actually at the end of chapter 1. We made it. I don't know how. And I really don't know why. But I do know the here and the now a little bit better than I did before. Did I even end that sentence? Hold on. I take it up as it is in truth, and instead of knowing something immediate, I perceive. So that is the whole process of consciousness, ending with the words I perceive, which leads to the next section. Perception, the illusion, the thing and illusion. Okay. I'm going to play another game about this. I am grasping the now and the here. I really liked his examples. I felt that by far that was the clearest of highlighting how our thought process works in order to understand things. Hold on. ASMR food bite. Yummy. One of my quick sidebar, which, basically everything. That guy's name is Vance's Couch. Nice. Sidebar to the sidebar. I want to play Sylvanas so bad. I don't want to play White Mane. Please don't make me play White Man. Please, 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 please. Please, 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 please. Oh, thank you. Thank you, kind person. This is Social Security kleptomaniacs. Also known as the IRS. Careful, can't say that too much. Otherwise, cancel culture will come for me. Cancel culture in the form of the IRS.
Fate has chosen to be unkind to me this day.
Malfurion, you're mean. Oh, wait, no, you're not. In the lore of World of Warcraft, Sylvanas burned down Malfurion's house. His house was a big-ass tree. So, sorry. Last time I played Sylvanas in ARAM, I played auto attack build. I think I actually want to go for this more long-ranged spell power build, or this Q build instead. So we're gonna try out Q build here. I'm dead. Okay, so when going up against a Garrosh, rule number 1 is don't ever get close to him. No way, he's got that off cooldown again. Oh my god. So scary. So scary. So scary. Sylvanas is such a glass cannon, and she's not even that much of a cannon. Okay, so I need to be using my possession ability. So I can use this on little minions in order to get them onto our team, which helps our waves push. We got him. Nice. Got the dagger. Oh, I'm so dead. Oh! The auto attack that goes forever, unless that was the roach. I think it was the roach. Nope, it was a Zagara auto attack. We're gonna go with disable buildings.
Vengeance is near.
I'm going to try to possess minions as far up as possible. Okay, so a good target for me is going to be their Karazim, because he needs stacks. Right? No, he doesn't need stacks at all. He just likes going up. Oh, and if I'm not careful, I'm so dead. I'm so glad that Garrosh wasn't paying attention. I should have died for that. I might still. Keep using possession. It's an ability. Better use it. Used to be a talent. Stand in that flame strike. Kitty on the keyboard. What will she type? Alright, talents. We're going to pick up the no more buildings.
My spells will aid you.
Oop, got you, Jaina. I think she's on a globe quest. We're going to steal that guy. Oh, I'm so dead. I'm alive. Oh, man. Okay, I'm gonna go with Festering Wounds here. I know it's not Q, but it is really efficient at getting stacks, which Sylvanas is all about getting stacks. Like, I just want stacks. Because if I can get to 400 stacks? I forget what it is. But if I get to a bunch of stacks, then I get like 30% lifesteal or something like that. Oh, I just stood in that. No, Diablo, run! So right now I'm at 69 stacks. And again, if we can get that up to... Where's the quest? 400, then I heal for 25%. Doubled against heroes. So it's a 50%. I do need to pay more attention, though, to where this Kael'thas is tossing his stuff. So our E is very defensive, but with proper positioning, which I totally have, we are going to use it more as an offensive method of applying our stacks, and we should be able to do fun stuff like that. Through that dagger from 1,000 feet away. Again, I'm not paying attention to the bomb spread one bit, and I really need to be. Ow, kill. Oh, is he gonna kill me? Oof. Oof. Mislead. Oh, why is that alarm going off? It's so scary. Oh, I think he's dead. I don't know if we can do anything about that. Oh, but I can do that. Am I dead? No. I made him run away. Okay, our talent is going to be mind control. Mind control is really fun. I go like that, and then we nuke him. Okay, so that alarm keeps going off, and that's stressing Ladybird out, and it's also stressing me out. Ow. I get stacks from hitting buildings, so I need to remember to do that. I can shut down their keep in 9 seconds. I'm going to go with a possession. Possession. Possess that guy too. Oh, I'm really glad I didn't use my... Really glad I didn't use my ability there. to shut down that building. Oop, terrifying. Dodged all that stuff as if I was good at this game. Oh no. We got them both. We got them both. No way. No way. Okay, let's see. Nope. Oh, it followed me. I thought maybe there was like some method of getting iframes. I guess not. I wonder why that is happening. The alarm keeps going off. And I'm just going to keep patting Lady Bird. Again, we have air filters, so it's not like anything is smoking. Oh no! Oh, we died so quickly. Okay, so with the Q build, Haunting Wave can be cast a second time for free within 4 seconds of teleporting. Teleporting to a Haunting Wave resets Withering Fire, and again, we want to constantly be stacking this. Or I could just do... No, I want to go with Remorseless because I know I said I was going to do a Q build. Miss Lady, I don't know. Oh, no way. Is there a fire alarm going off? Okay, come on. Oh, I'm so sorry for playing so poorly, everybody, but the fire alarm is going off. Sorry, 1 second.
I'm here.
Okay, so I just popped my head out into the hallway. Doesn't seem like the fire alarm's going off over there. I should probably end the stream. You know, just because who knows what's going on. And yet here we are getting shredded. Does she have stasis? Nice. But it's like they're not going... Oh my goodness. Oh man. Sorry, that is actually kind of throwing me off. Not that I was playing good in the first place, but definitely strange. Definitely strange. I bet maybe it's like both batteries are dead and they like died at the exact same time. I guess that would make sense, but it's just kind of annoying. We're gonna go over here. We're going to pick up our level 20 talent, or at least prep to get ready. No way, got unstoppable. Okay, well that was all 5 of them. And then we can actually go just right for this building. We can go for a ton of stacks here. Take it for free. Oh no. want to...
Oh god.
Oh god, do I use offensive or defensive? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We're going offensive? Getting out of there. Sorry. Sorry, team. I just didn't think we were going to make it out.
I fight on.
Yikes, that Kael'thas can throw those from a long way away. And it's probably because he took Flamethrower at level 12. Should I do every 25 seconds? Or... So significant reduction on ult, or we've got Withering Barrage. We're doing a Q build, so we're going to go this. Barely missed. But that's okay, because our cooldown is also really short, and having that ult will enable us to deal a lot of just quick damage. So we did hit level, or 250 on our stacks, brings us up to damage bonus increase, which is great. Where are they? Oop, accidentally used my trait. And at this rate, I definitely should have taken at level 1 that percentage health damage ability, because that would make it so that we're not getting, or that we would shred the Garrosh. Looks like our healer's dead, so we need to play it carefully. It's going to be tough because they could throw everything at us from a really far way away.
Show them no mercy.
So the best that we can do is go like this and then say, see ya! Oh no, I'm dead. Great. Great, just great. Oh. See, the weird thing about these batteries... Oh man, those are so loud. And they just keep turning on and off. Well, 3 games in a row. We are just shy of 2 hours, which I was kind of shooting for a 2-hour stream. And broken into 2 pieces because I wasn't sure if everybody could even see the first part. We'll see in the recording. We are 0 and 3, but we did get through at least the first part of Hegel. I'm gonna go figure out this whole battery situation. And do my absolute best to edit as much of that out as I can, so that way people don't hear that. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming by, and we will catch you over on YouTube if you'd like to hear the things again. Sorry, we'll catch you over on YouTube if you want to hear the breakdown of Hegel, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye. If the house doesn't burn down, haha.